Peace, quickly, think fast. Some vibing in that root chakra much strongly. Vibing in my little bodysuit. So the subject matter kind of come along with it. Which the old me in that not in my high in my high chakras or not in my whole being. It'd be scared to talk because I can't talk about nothing outside of only things that are positive all the time and this and that. And with that being said, of course, it's about staying as positive as possible, but it's also about being real, dealing with reality. And I thought about just now, I even say thought about, caught the little download uh, as I was about to post this post about Muhammad Ali on Instagram, but basically how you could tell like on a telepathic level or on an energetic level, you could tell if you're around somebody who's racist. Now, of course, I'm speaking more so from a melanated person, you know, dealing with the racism that come towards that. But this is for any and all people. You know what I'm saying? You might be white dealing in a situation with some racist people. You might be Asian dealing with a situation with some racist people. You might be whatever. But High Self wants me to share this because it is a not even a technique. It's just really kind of just feeling the energy and feeling the vibe. But I noticed throughout my growth where I'm around, and reason why I'm bringing this up too, because you around people that like I say, racism is no longer the way it used to be. Like everybody is not walking around like looking at you like motherfucker, I hate you. Like nah, it's disguise underneath. And reason why I'm bringing this up is not to focus on the hate aspect, or in essence the rate. It's just more of just being aware of where somebody's really coming from. You know what I'm saying? Just being aware of the energies around you. Because even without you being, say for instance, racist, in essence, remember the potential is always there. In essence, the potential of everything that exists in the universe in essence is within us. So of course, people are out there, you know what I'm saying, not necessarily them gravitating towards you because you are on that same exact vibe, but just more so nonetheless, they float around. But it also don't sleep though. It can be a reflection of your own racism. Don't get it twisted. But like it depends on the context of the situation and what I'm speaking on right now. I see. Oh, with reading, these hidden energies, it just became something that was just obvious. And then my higher self like kind of on that. So my higher self like wanting to like, well, I don't want to focus on that and this and that, and all people are good, all people, you know but then source was trying to show me like, yeah, the potential of everybody being good, and that light exists in everybody, but everybody don't show their light all the time. And a lot of people may show you these intentions and not be in essence real with you. Because again, your gullibleness, so say for instance, not even, again, not being, so that's another example, like may not be you being racist, attracting racist, but more so just your gullibleness in life will attract people who kind of like to mislead and whatever. And sometimes in essence some these days, racism coming as a misleading vibe. So, like for me, matter of fact, with the experience I had in Cali, I got exposed. Like, well, hey, no matter how, like, you see everybody smiling and enjoying life in California, you don't see Confederate flag. Like, just because it doesn't look like the landscape of the South, doesn't mean it carries the same. It don't carry some of that funk. And again, I had to learn that, but through dealing with just, I'm talking about acting on the extremely high level. I'm talking about like kudos to the racist people in Cali. At least the ones who try their best to hide it, because Know a lot of there was a lot of great actors out there, man. But anyway, whenever I would have the vibe, you know, where I be speaking on spirituality, but it just always something just always felt the vibe to make me not bring up melanin or indigenous people, like and there's a difference because you got just the vibe of of like some telling me, just and not even telling me, more of just a vibration that doesn't want me to go there. And I would have to realize that it's coming off of the person I'm around, not so much because here it is. I got a YouTube channel, I speak on it, and it's truthful things. So why would I feel like, oh, I shouldn't say that? No, it's it's reality, it's truth that helps spiritual liberators. So why would I be, all of a sudden just kind of afraid, almost afraid in essence, I just don't want to speak on this situation. I ain't gonna say afraid because it's not really scared in essence. Of you just, well, no, it is a little fright. Forget that, because if you don't want to say something in essence, somewhere deep down inside is, fearing speaking up on the situation. But I would always catch this vibe of, just wanting to dodge bringing up melanin, or because another thing too, what I'm good at bringing up, how we uniquely different, but like I'm good at bringing that up, but like bringing us together with bringing it up. You know what I'm saying? Like when I touch on those subjects, it won't give off a vibe of separation. But here it is. I'm just feeling a vibe where it's like something just telling me not to touch on this, you know. And I noticed though, it was a particular. I noticed a trend on, who I would feel that way around, compared to like, some of my white brethren and sisters, where it's like I could feel that there's no filter. Like I don't even have just an inch of reserve of talking about any and all subjects. You know what I'm saying? And you feel that vibe as you're speaking with people. You could feel like, oh well, maybe I shouldn't bring up fat people because this is a fat person, they might get offended. Like you could feel that, I could feel that, this person don't want to see a non-racist world, so they don't want you to bring up that, you know what I'm saying? And it comes in the form of you just feeling like, like something just like choking me up on talking on this. And even that you may, in essence, again, like you feeling like, hey, I should speak, it's a part of my knowledge that I speak on all the time. Why I feel so funny about, speaking on it now. And, a lot of times that'll be the situation, And again, it's not to, judge your situations or label your situations. It's just to have awareness that way, because, like dealing with that California vibe. Reason why this is important, because, again, you'll come across people who going the whole nine to act like they give a fuck about you, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole past the nine, like they going the 100 yards to fake like they fuck with you, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not used to people being that adamant at acting, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm used to the normal, a person acting just enough to be cordial with you, but you can still feel like, like, I'm just speaking to you just cause, but fuck you. Like, and again, like I would, again, like coming back to Louisiana, like, in essence, missing the straightforwardness of, like, at least I know you don't like me. Like, I see you little, you drive your truck with your Confederate flag on it, I know where you stand. You know what I'm saying? I know where your vibe is, compared to somebody who may be, and this is not pointing to no direct people, just, but who may be somebody who deal with crystals or a yoga instructor or whatever, they in that light of what is spiritual, but it kind of give off a little, a little funk, of a certain vibe. And two, as I'm speaking on this, everybody may not have this degree of sensitivity, because I know, like, dealing in that area, because we all sensitive on different things. I'm sensitive on knowing what the fuck is going on inside somebody's being, in essence. You know, like I know why you said this, why you moved to the left, why, like, it's like in that area I got like a little Terminator, like a matter of fact, like a little scouter, like on Dragon Ball Z, internal scouter that just be running me the information. So I'm not trying to analyze all the things you're doing. Just my higher self just let me know, hey, they hiding this with this statement, they doing this with this, they really saying this because they want to borrow some money. You know, like I'm getting that vibe, you know. So that's another reason why, you know, I'm able to pick up on that vibe so, you know, so easy. And again, with noticing a trend where I would just kind of feel like maybe I shouldn't talk on this subject, compared to when I be around, you know, my brethren and sister, no matter what color they is, you know, like I could just speak on the truth information, and I never, and how can I say, I never you know, felt like I was saying something bad or wrong in front of them, compared to like where, you know, I see the vibe of the people who I would feel some kind of way. You know, they claim to be cool with me, and then that's another thing too, where people fail to realize, man, you know, your life shows what you really deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like I think to, like, you know, say for instance, working a job, everybody black and white getting down at the job, but then when everybody get off, you know, you have a set amount of friends, so like you give off this illusion at work, but look at your lifestyle and who you really, you know, hang with and deal with. You know, birds of a feather flock together by you know, on purpose or by default. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's that whole that whole vibe of like, you know, you know, you saying this and that is cool, this and that, but not only, you know, I felt this vibe of like I shouldn't share some, you know, truthful information that has to deal with melanated people around you, but also, you know, pick up the vibe of like, you know, who you deal with and stuff like that, and it's like, I see. You know, and again, this is not a vibe to be on a wild goose chase for nothing. This is just me bringing up, you know, the awareness of it. And again, I'm in my earthy vibe, like I'm in my root chakra, you know what I'm saying? So I'm in my, you know, I'm in my skin a little bit. You know, one of those rare occasions, you know, which it ain't gonna be as rare no more, because, you know, again, microcosmic orbit from the root to the crown, you know. So I won't feel so much of like, oh, I shouldn't, you know. In which the light always shine through, because even when I was like more so towards those high chakras, you know, I still did videos like where I spoke on like Alton Sterling and Baton Rouge and things of this nature, you know, just the awareness. But again, as I'm saying this is not to be trolled by racism or to focus on it. You know what I'm saying? We focus on ourselves. We focus on getting our chakras together. Matter of fact, and again, you know, also being aware, like if say for instance, you know, racist people are like popping up in your vortex and stuff like that. Also, before you even look at them and what they got going on, because they just being themselves in essence, be aware of what's going on inside of you, because you may be attracting, you know, that reflection. You know, you may have some little vibes of you know, feeling some kind of way about somebody, you know. That's the whole thing. It's just awareness, you know. As a matter of fact, that's why you know, I'm doing this video in the light of this Muhammad Ali video I came across, where you know, I guess it was he was being interviewed, and the person brought up like, you know, how I guess all white people not racist. So I guess they was trying to, in essence, trying to make them, you know, like you should be open to all white people. So like, and I didn't hear before that, but I just looking at the context, the way he presented it, and then Muhammad Ali was like, well, shit, like, nah, you know, you tripping in the essence of like and I'm saying it in so many words. But matter of fact, go look at my Instagram post if you want to see it. But he spoke on like he was like, you got a bunch of rattlesnakes. So let's just say racist people are you know, in essence, or he using the analogy of white people as some rattlesnakes coming into a place. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and out of, it's like 10,000 rattlesnakes, and out of that 10,000, 1,000 of them want to protect me and love me and don't want to do me harm, you know, and is looking out for me. But it's like, you know, as a person, do I leave the door? Because he's like, you know, I got a chance to close the door on these 10,000 rattlesnakes, or, you know, or let them in. And he was like, you know, it's 10,000 of them, and only 1,000 again. It's like, you know, on the loving vibe. He's like, should I, you know, take the chance and leave that door open in the hopes that those few thousand, because again, 1,000 snakes to 10,000, you know, hoping that those few thousand snakes are gonna protect me from the other 9,000 that are trying to bite me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, like nah, you know, should just close that door. You know, and he was just speaking of analogy because, of course, you know, if he was racist or this and that, he wouldn't be on stage being interviewed by a white person. You know what I'm saying? So it was just an analogy for that situation, you know. And just the whole vibe of just being truthful, like, you know, because if a person's not being racist, then I can speak the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Like, where, you know, say for instance, reality. You know, you see the big nostril noses on the Olmecs, you know, the Olmec statues. You know, you see who got round noses around here. It's a fact to know that, you know, those beings, the Olmecs, you know, was of some kind of melanated descent. You know what I'm saying? Because even too, when you look at, you know, when you're in heat, you know, hot places not only give you the skin color but also the nose. Like, what's funny, our nose come from the heat as well. Like, because when you're in hot places, you know, humid air, you need some big ass nostrils so you could get in some oxygen. Because, you know, with all that humidity and heat, you know, it's kind of hard to really, you know, get in that oxygen and really, you know, breathe good. Like, you ever been to sauna and feel like, you know, you about to, you know, like you need more air in essence, or a bigger passageway to breathe? That's why you know, those noses exist. But again, just like I brought up that fact, like, that's not to say I'm better than somebody, or that, which what I just was talking about was not being better than nobody. But, you know, again, it's not to you know, hate nobody or be better than nobody. It's just speaking facts, just speaking truth. And whenever you in a position where you feel like you shouldn't speak on no facts or truth, you know, just because it might ruffle somebody the wrong way, then maybe that person, you know, or maybe, how can I say, maybe that person is in their ego, and that's something that you don't have to bow down to, in essence. You know, like, speak the truth, speak the reality. You know, it is what it is. You know, and again, with it is what it is also a thin line of also not paying attention to the negative part of it is what it is. But all right, I know what it is. I'm gonna create what it is and what I want it to be now, since I know what it is. You know, because again, it's a situation where it's a balance. You know, you are God on a human experience. You know, you are the higher self as well as being here in the physical. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta take care of your physical being. You know, and part of taking care of your physical being may be speaking a reality or speaking on truth to raise a certain awareness. You know, shining the light, you know, in certain areas so it won't be dark no more. Darkness, so it won't be dark no more. You're racist. Why you don't want it to be dark? Universal, you're racist. Why you don't like darkness? I ain't Got nothing against darkness. I'm just saying, shine the light. But that's it, y'all. Peace. Happy now. Now is a vibrator course. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now.